Um, we have a verdict. We've been seeing some movement in and out of a door to the left of the flag there. The clock stopped somewhere around 4 hours and I think it was like 4 hours 53 minutes. Hello, Samantha. We're going to find out if Henry VIII here gets convicted the second go around. He was found guilty the first time, but it was overturned because the appellate court decided that he shouldn't have, the jury shouldn't have heard about the trial that he had here in Utah regarding one of his previous wives who supposedly committed suicide, and supposedly his handyman might have been involved. And in this case, we've got a handyman and another dead body. And plus, the handyman is dead this time. So, well, not if we get him convicted this time around. So, let's see. Let's make this full screen, and somebody in the chat off of Court TV is saying, "Is it a hung jury?" I'm going, it's not a hung jury at under the 5-hour mark. They're not going to do a hung jury. So the poll over on, was it Court TV or it's Law and Crime? Let's see. The poll is running 85% guilty, 7% not guilty, and the rest is hung jury. So I think that he's guilty. He's had at least 3 of his wives die under suspicious circumstances. It seems to be a habit with him. And how his wife here in Utah died and how his wife died in Nevada, here in Las Vegas, just seems a little too coincidental. Yeah, Henry VIII with his 6 wives. But in this case, it sounds like we've got some divorces and some died, but no survived, unless he remarried for a 7th time. He does. Needs a good haircut. His reenactment of the crime looked so, I mean, he's being overly dramatic, and it just wasn't plausible. And somehow he had some relationship with the handyman who was the supposed killer. And I don't know if, since we've been following the Henry Dinkins trial, haven't had a chance to follow all the twists and turns in the case here, but I'm not sure if the handyman shot the wife at his request and then he shot the handyman. I think that's what happened. And there was some evidence about the mask, but it couldn't have happened how he says it happened because of something to do with the mask, and it just sounds to me like too coincidental. You've been out shopping all day. Oh, well, that sounds like fun. Oh, what happened about that young boy whose sister was killed? Did he pull through? Yeah. Yeah, and that's what he did with the Utah case. So, except supposedly it was self-homicide for that wife. And I don't believe that. I think that, yeah, I need to read up on that. I mean, it was a Utah case. Okay, we have one of the lawyers coming in. We've got more people coming in. We don't have the people at the defense table yet. Now, as I understand it, the defense sits at the table that is furthest from the jury box. And I think that's for safety. Okay, it says 4 hours 37 minutes. So I was mixed up on the time, not 4:53 but 4:37. And so this is the state of Nevada. You know, I've got some tile that looks just like that out in my shed. I was going to do a bathroom remodel, and then the house fire happened, and I got a whole house remodel. I got some nicer tile. Apparently, the little boy is okay. We won't hear anything else unless it's through friends. Well, the fact that there hasn't been a news story saying that he passed away, that's a good sign. Hopefully, he recovers fully, or at least with a minimum of damage, because that was so tough to lose him like that. Let's see. So, I'm not sure if we were on verdict watch in the Georgia case where the woman is accused of killing her ex, who was watching her kids at her house, and she called the cops and said, I'm afraid, and called them back, I'm afraid, and then one more time, and then she goes inside, and 2 minutes later she shoots him dead. And they had closing arguments on that case, and I don't know if we've got jury watch going on. I mean, Court TV has been reporting on that. They haven't said anything about verdict watch. Let's do, what was the name of that gal? Oh, it was Queen something. Quenisha Johnson. Let's see. Yeah, we had closing arguments. There's no indication. Let's see. And that one was... doesn't look like Law and Crime has been covering that one. So I think maybe there's waiting for tomorrow to do verdict watch. So you're awaiting Trump's mugshot. I think it's online. Let's look at Twitter. Let's see. First, let's check if Twitter has anything on Quenisha and Jury Watch. Nothing. Okay, so let's see. Trump mugshot was trending. Uh-huh. Okay, here's the mugshot that I found on Twitter. There it is. An edible mugshot. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure what the seed is made of. Okay. Let's go back to law and crime. That's funny. I think that some other people need a few mugshots too. Let's be bipartisan in our mugshots. Okay. Let's see if they're saying anything on when the let's see. Somebody is saying that the wall doesn't look like ham, and somebody else who did not watch the Burgos trial is going, "What's this about sandwich ham?" um, Sometimes they do a half an hour. Sometimes it's less, and sometimes they give them an hour, and they haven't said. Let's see if Twitter knows. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's Thomas Randolph verdict. Well, it says 24 minutes ago, the Nevada 8th District Court says the verdict has been reached in the trial. It will be presented in court shortly, but they don't say what shortly means. So we just have to wait and see. Oh, we've got a different camera angle and more court personnel. Oh, we got the judge at the table. We need a defendant at the table. Then we know they're getting serious. Time for tea. You can't do tea when the verdict is about to be read. They usually, I can't remember, one of these verdicts they were saying that the people are told not to go more than 10 minutes away from the courthouse. I don't know what, I don't remember which trial that was. Um, okay, here come some more people. Defense counsel, no defendant yet. He's jumped out a window. Yeah, he's going to do a Ted Bundy. Um, yeah, except he messed up his ankle really bad when he landed. Uh, they're building a new courthouse in Manti because of security issues. And I have to agree, after reading an analysis, that the 1935 courthouse does have some issues. There isn't a secure entrance for the prisoners to come through. They come through the same door that everybody else goes through, and they have the security checkpoint in a narrow, confined area, and so there's no real area for defending. And got an irrelevant text. Okay. Let's see. So the security checkpoint. Oh, and the prisoner has to be brought through where the security checkpoint is too. So that makes it really dangerous because they haven't checked all the people going through yet, and so you have to bring the guy who somebody might want to take out before they've gone through security to make sure that they don't have a gun. So it's nice that, I mean, the old courthouse was uh, still there, and I hope that they do something with the space and don't decide to bulldoze it, because it's a nice traditional looking place, even if the later wing, I'd say probably 1980s or later, um, isn't anything special, but um, I'll have to find out when I go down for the Jared Lysick hearing next month. So yes, underground and holding cells, because they didn't have any holding cells, and so they would have the prisoner back in the hallway where the judge would come in and out and go to his office. And that doesn't seem very good, and it also seems like a good way to maybe get a mistrial if the prisoner causes issues in front of the judge. I don't know. So let's see. I never did. Oh, let's see. This morning we had a pretty good stream. We had a lot more hours of viewing time. Let's see if we can see what the stats are doing on this. I mean, this is kind of a spontaneous thing. We didn't know if we were going to have a verdict or not. And so I said, well, maybe we will. So maybe I'll just hop on, because, what can you say? Verdicts are interesting. We've kind of been watching it a little bit. Let's see. I was just watching Lady C when the verdict came down. So let's see. We want to get this set up right here. Maybe we can find a short news story on it. Let's see. Okay, let's show his reenactment while we're waiting.
Boom, boom. When I called 911, it was busy.
What we're going to want you to do is I want you to give us your name, your date of birth, social security number, your address here, and then explain to us what your understanding is of what we're going to do here.
My name is Tom Randolph. My date of birth is 2255, social security number. And it's my understanding we're doing a walkthrough of the house, kind of a reenactment of what happened last Thursday.
And it's your desire to come out here and do this for us, right? So that we can get an understanding of what was going on?
It's my desire, not my desire, but I'm cooperating with you.
Okay. And you came out here on your own free will, right?
Correct.
Okay. Ready? Yeah.
The driveway about when I start to make the curve, about right. About there, we start opening the door up. I will stop because there's not enough room for both cars to get in there. You can't get both cars in and get both people out. So I stop the car. Sharon gets out. She had the steak and lobster from Charcoal Grill or something. So she gets out, closes the door. She goes on in, starts walking in. I give her a little bit of head start to get to the door. I start pulling in. By then, she's pretty much got in. I may not be able to get the car in at all because of the people moving the car when they clean, but I'll try.
So she's already in the house.
She's going in the house about right now. I'm not going to be able to get out of the car, so I'm going to have to move the car over. I can't get out.
That's fine. You can just do the best you can.
Well, I actually start shutting the door as I get in. I would have already shut the door. It would have been coming down as I start getting out. This is about how close it was that night, so that's probably...
Okay, so what do you do now?
This is it, just coming on in the house. Now this door was closed. I open it up. I get right here and Sharon's laying in the floor, face down. Her head's just barely in the bedroom, if that. And I stopped right about here. I had the door. Said, Sharon. And I seen the bag from Charcoal Steak or whatever, and it's really a bright red. And this hall light wasn't on at the time.
So it's just like this?
Just about like this, and I turned the light on myself as we got in. And I could see that red thing, and it was up underneath her, and I thought it was blood. I thought that was blood then. And I started to get nervous about backing off, and I actually came to the door, and I touched it, and then
reached the verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
If you could please pass the verdict form to the marshal. The clerk will now read the verdict.
District Court, Clark County, Nevada. State of Nevada plaintiff versus Thomas William Randolph defendant. Case number 09C250966, Department 10. Verdict. We, the jury in the above entitled case, find the defendant, Thomas William Randolph, as follows. Count 1, conspiracy to commit murder. Guilty of conspiracy to commit murder. Count 2, murder with use of a deadly weapon, Sharon Randolph. Guilty of first-degree murder with use of a deadly weapon. Count 3, murder with use of a deadly weapon, Michael Miller. Guilty of first-degree murder with use of a deadly weapon. Dated this 24th day of August 2023, signed David Dyer. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are these your verdicts as read? So say you one, so say you all.
Yes.
Does either side desire to have the jury polled?
Yes, sir.
Madam Clerk, if you can poll the jury.
Juror number 1, are these your verdicts as read? Juror number 2, are these your verdicts as read?
Yes.
Juror number 3, are these your verdicts as read?
Yes.
Juror number 4, are these your verdicts as read?
Yes.
Juror number 5, are these your verdicts as read?
Yes.
Juror number 6, are these your verdicts as read?
Yes.
Juror number 7, are these your verdicts as read?
Yes.
Juror number 8, are these your verdicts as read?
Yes.
Juror number 9, are these your verdicts as read? Juror number 10, are these your verdicts as read?
Yes.
Juror number 11, are these your verdicts as read?
Yes.
Juror number 12, are these your verdicts as read?
Jury's all polled. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I want to thank you very much for the time and attention that you gave to this matter. You will now be excused. If you could follow the marshal to the back, and I will come back and formally excuse you from your jury service.
Rise for the jury.
Please be seated.
Okay, and the record shows we are outside the presence of our jury. We need to set this matter down for sentencing. We're going to refer this matter to parole and probation, set it down for sentencing.
It'd be October 12th. October 12th at 9 a.m.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will go and formally excuse the jury, and then the jury is requesting that if the attorneys wish to speak to them, I will come back and get you guys and you can speak to them. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, and there we have it. Guilty. Oh, they've got him in a wheelchair for pity as well as having the headphones. Yeah, he didn't look like he needed a wheelchair in that video. No, it's kind of a bit of vindication for the wife here in Utah who supposedly self-homicided. That one ended up as in an acquittal. But yeah, you know, these days I don't know. Okay, we've got some happy people here. Okay, well, let's see. Maybe I think maybe we'll go over his history a little during lunchtime tomorrow. Oh, wait, we aren't going to have lunchtime tomorrow. It's going to be a short day. In the Dinkins case tomorrow, they've got a couple of witnesses. It may take an hour. They're going to have one witness who is going to take a long time. and they are going to have him on Monday, and then the state will rest. So, let's see. So then we'll get the defense and their fairy tale. So, I don't think they've got that much to present. It ought to be interesting. So, short session tomorrow, and I'll see what we've got, and maybe we'll have a verdict in Quenisha Johnson, the self-defense trial. She claims self-defense. The 911 calls, she didn't sound terribly distressed, and she gets the law enforcement there. She goes inside. 2 minutes later, she shoots her ex dead, and the police officers are still within earshot and hear the shots. So, yeah, I think so. You know who he reminds me of? Let me get a photo. Let's see. Here we go. This is who he reminds me of. This is the assistant director of health for the United States right now, back when. Doesn't she kind of look like Randolph? Okay, well, time to say goodbye, and yeah, well, not necessarily to lie, but to emphasize whether or not it was a lie is a big debate. And I haven't heard if the kids testified. So, I'll bid you a good night. And see you tomorrow for the second to last day of the prosecution for Henry Dinkins. Separated at birth, I think so. Twinsies. Okay. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.